Assalamu alaikum. This is Aditya Rajbangshi. Today, I will discuss about object-oriented programming. The agenda of my lecture is object and class, method, constructor, and inheritance. The objective of my lecture is to distinguish between object and class, concept of method in object-oriented programming, why constructor is used, uses of inheritance in object-oriented programming. Well, an object is an instance of a class. A class is a template or blueprint from which objects are created. In here, car is a class and Mercedes, BMW, Audi is the object of the car class. So we can say Mercedes is the object of car class, BMW is the object of car class, and Audi is also the object of car class. Well, this is the class. A class is a groups which have common properties. In the previous slide, we can see that Mercedes, BMW, Audi is the object of the car class. Then Mercedes, BMW, Audi has the common property. So here we can say Mercedes, BMW, Audi is the object of car class. It is also logical entity. It can be physical. A class can contain fields, method, constructor, blocks, and nested class and interface. Method. A method is a block of code or collection of statement or set of code grouped together to perform certain tasks or operation. It is used to achieve the reusability of code. That means in a program there are many type of method. If every method is assigned for to perform anything. Method declaration. The method declaration provide information about method attributes such as visibility, return type, name, and argument. Here, first of all, you can see that public. It is called the access specifier or access modifier. It can be private, protected, and then we can assign return type. It may be integer, float, double, string, or character. Then we have to assign the method name. Here, sum is the name of method. We can assign sum1, sum2, and it need to be logical. Then we have to use parameterized list. Here, there are two parameters. They are integer A and integer B. It depends on the user's uses. It can be two type of parameters. It may be three types of parameters. It can be four kinds of parameters, and there will be no parameters also. Well, then we discuss the constructor. A constructor is a block of code similar to the method. That's mean method and constructor is same, but the different in constructor is that the name of the constructor must be as the class name. Suppose if we assign a class student, the constructor name must be student. Then here it is also called when an instance of a class is created. That's mean whenever a class is created, the constructor is called automatically. At the time of calling constructor, memory for the object is allocated in the memory. Rules for creating constructor. Constructor name must be same as its class name. That's mean if we assign or create any class like students, car, the constructor name must be student and car. A constructor must have no explicit return type. Types of constructor. There are two types of constructor. They are default constructor and parameterized constructor. In default constructor, no argument are need to be assigned. In parameterized constructor, they need to be assigned parameter. Well, in inheritance is a mechanism in which one object acquires all the properties and behaviors of a parent subject. Suppose there are two classes. The first class is called the parent class, and the second class, which is generated from the parents class or which is inherited from the parents class, is called the child class. It is an important part of an object-oriented programming. Why use inheritance? For method overriding, for code reusability. For method overriding, suppose we have a class, then we have two class. Say, first of all, in class 1 or in class students, we have assigned a method like as display. If we want to use this method display in the child class, then it is called the method overriding. It can be possible for the inheritance. For code reusability, we can also use code reusability in the inheritance. Types of inheritance. There are different types of inheritance, but we will discuss in this slide. There are three types of inheritance. They are single, multi-level, and hierarchical inheritance. The single inheritance. When a class inheritance another class, it is known as the single inheritance. But remember is that the one class is called the parent class and another class is called child class, and which class will be parent class and which class will be child class. In here we can see that class A and class B. Then as B class is generated from class A, that's why we can say class B is child class and class A is parent class. Then multi-level inheritance. In multi-level inheritance, when there is a chain of inheritance, it is known as the multi-level inheritance. In here we can see that class C is the child class of class B, and class B is the child class of class A. That means class C is generated from class B and class B is generated from class A. So overall it is the multi-level inheritance. That means class A is the parent class for class B and class B is the parent class for class C. Well, then we'll discuss hierarchical inheritance. When two or more class inherits a single class, it is known as the hierarchical inheritance. In the figure, we can see that class B and class C is the child class of class A. That means class A has two child class. They are class B and C. So it is the hierarchical inheritance. So thank you so much.